What's up?
What's up, dude? I'm on my lunch break at 3:30.
What? When did you go to? When did you start work?
I just got a job the other day because like 4 years I was just living off of all the royalties I made from these late night Matt stuff. Remember Matt? Those
Yeah.
chats. Oh my God, they used to pay so well. I was just fucking balling, dude.
So what are you
Now that
doing now?
now that I'm retired from late night chats, right now I'm working at a McDonald's part time. Nah, seriously though. Right now I'm doing going back to school, man. Trying to make something of myself, man.
So what are you going
Right
back
in
to school
traffic,
for?
looking like I'm getting real estate.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my test like this weekend, but not the state exam, the school shit, so that I can take the state.
Well, shit, dude. Fucking good luck to you on that.
Yeah, I just figure every license I can get is just one step away from ever working retail again in my life. Because
That's.
I did that shit for like a year, and that shit fucking was the worst, bro. Absolute
I,
worst.
the only time I actually didn't mind working retail is when I worked in a gun store.
Oh, that's not so bad. It's like the place I worked, the music was blasting so loud, 10-hour days. And, the music inside the store was so loud, it drove me insane.
Uh, I don't know, man. I jam out to my music at work, but like I'm not in it for like 10 hours at a shot. You know, it's like in that car for maybe an hour, then I'm out doing shit, and then I'm back in.
I'll be right back.
Smeg, you around?
And there's a Smeggy. Wonder if Smeggy's awake.
What's up, Night Strike?
Sound like you fell asleep.
Yeah. Somewhat. I've been sleeping a little bit.
Are you feeling better now, or are you still under the weather?
No, I'm still dying.
Still dying.
Yeah. It's okay,
I hope
though.
you
I
have
have
enough
some
sick leave.
orange Fago. So that kind of counts as orange juice, so I should feel better.
I don't know. I think you'd do better with Mountain Dew. Because if you look at Mountain Dew, it says orange juice is an ingredient. So, you know, it's good enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I just needed something to drink that's got a little flavor to it. I actually heard something that's sugar is like bad for you when you're sick, because like the sugars will like fuel the germs and stuff.
Well, if you want to get all gluten phobe on us like G-Webs, technically, sugar is bad for you, period.
Well, yeah, but I don't give a shit about that. So
Right.
I'm just saying, I heard that like one way to get better if you are sick is to just like completely cut sugar out. But I don't know. I mean, screw it. I've been drinking like water and shit for the past week. I did have some Mountain Dew the other day or whatever, but I needed something at home that isn't a freaking glass of water. So I was like, I'm gonna get some orange juice, kinda. I remember there's some saying, and I forget what it is, and so that's gonna be a problem because I forget what it is. But it's like you starve the flu, but you feed a cold or something. Like there's something where like you get better if you don't eat, and the other one you get better if you do eat a bunch of stuff. So, but I forget which one's which or whatever. So I guess I can't really take that as advice because I don't know what the correct answer is.
Yeah, and some colds and flus and viruses, sometimes the best remedy is, by even modern science, is to give you a different cold or flu along with whatever you have. Because one is easier to cure and it overpowers the other one or something.
Huh.
I've heard of that. I don't know if they do that anymore or if that's just what they used to do in the old days.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I thought it was interesting.
And so I have one little trick that it at least makes me feel better. I don't know if it works, but like, I'll just try and like sweat it out like real big time.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just sweat it out, drink lots of fluids, and sleep like a brick.
Yeah, I mean, I figure, okay, like your body's got a fever because that helps your own immune system to kill germs. So instead of like trying to make myself more comfortable by, taking blankets off or trying to cool off a little bit or whatever, like
Soup helps too.
I'd
Of
rather
course,
just,
this is dependent on what type of sickness you have. If you've got like the stomach virus, yeah, you're probably not going to want to eat anything.
right. This is definitely focused in my sinuses, but it does affect my stomach, all the drainage and shit.
Oh no, it's a Sean.
Woo-hoo.
What's going on, Sean?
How are those clocks?
I'm doing QC work now. I'm not doing clocks today. If you're fighting a long-term sickness, the best thing I can suggest for you, usually works for me, is you get those Dayquil, NyQuil gel cap things. You take them religiously and get several bags of Ricolas and just pop them one after another like candy. You'll feel better in a couple of days at the most. Like I usually ended when I was really sick, I would do that, and I would take like a really hot bath until I started to break a sweat every night before I went to bed, and you sort of sweat out a lot of the crap in you, essentially. But the shit worked great, and the
All
Dayquil
right.
stuff kind of gives you a buzz too, so it's pretty cool.
But Sean,
Mhm.
if Smeggy starts yodeling after he gets over that, I'm blaming it on you.
Ricola.
Oh, I don't know, man. The shit tastes good and it's good for you. So,
I'm
and then
just
if
making
you're
a joke.
stuffy, if you're really stuffy, you can use this stuff called white. Oh, I'll just show you the damn bottle. I keep talking about it to everybody. Hang on, let me turn the camera. Is that on?
We see a ceiling.
It looks like this. You get it at like Chinese grocery stores and shit. But my boss turned me onto this. It's just basically peppermint oil and eucalyptus oil with a little bit of menthol in it. And I just rub it on my finger and then rub it across the bridge of my nose and take a couple of deep breaths, and my fucking sinuses are clearing within like 2 minutes.
Is your boss Asian?
Like I used to use those little Vicks inhaler sticks or whatever, you know, but those things are like maybe 1/4 as strong as this oil, and this little bottle of oil lasts like 3 months, even if you use it several times a day, every day. It doesn't take much. And you get that bottle for like $5.
Right.
So it's like that, Ricolas, Dayquil, NyQuil gel caps, hot baths. You'll be over your. I kicked the flu in 3 days with that shit.
Yeah, I just need to like roto-rooter my sinuses, let all the pressure out.
That stuff will work, man. It's like I know it's hard to get it down your nasal passages in the beginning, but like what I used to do is I would take a couple of drops of that stuff on a Q-tip and then stick the Q-tip up my nose and just kind of rub everywhere I can get it to, make contact. It burns a little bit because it's a menthol, but you get used to it pretty quick. Like your eyes will water the first couple of times, but I mean,
Before
as soon as
you
you're
do
clear,
that,
it's awesome.
before you do that, I would recommend if your sinuses are really, really clogged up, I'd recommend you take a hot shower and just soak in some of that steam from the hot water. That'll
Yeah.
help your sinuses too.
Yeah, the hot bath thing works every time.
A bath will work too. It's just shower bath just to get that steam.
Or you can do the Frankie Mulders approach and use a 350 grain 50 AU round. Wouldn't recommend that.
No, that we're trying to keep Smeggy alive, not kill him.
Well, he's just snow. It's not like we just can't roll him back into shape, right?
But it won't be the same because he's magic snow. It's
Might
different.
need a different piece of coal for the eyes or something. Yeah, right. Yeah, so like I didn't have my nagging old man chest pain today all day, which was awesome. And then all of a sudden my boss asked me to go take a look at the forklift. And I'm like, the battery's dead. So I wrestled a 60-pound battery out. And guess what I've got now? Old man pains in the shoulder again. Idiot.
Don't you have any guys younger than yourself working there that you could say, hey, pick up that battery?
Not really. It's just, it's not that it's heavy. It's just I'm pretty sure I have a torn pectoral muscle, and I just keep fucking aggravating it every time before I let it heal. Really
Yeah. That's not so fun.
It's all right. I mean, I breathe fine, so it's not like super critical, but it's just a really annoying ache. So yeah, we were talking about. I was talking about a story with Tony just a minute ago in the chat. I read it that Salma Hayek and Ariana Grande.
And he didn't finish it.
His boss must have walked by or something.
Probably, or the
Boss
wind
Keith.
might have blown in the wrong direction and his Wi-Fi went out.
No, yeah, it always happens with my phone for some reason. Anyway, it was Selma Hayek and Ariana Grande were apprehended by ICE because Hayek's her green card or whatever expired 11 years ago, and Ariana Grande's parents never gained citizenship from Guatemala, and that they were going to get deported. I'm pretty sure it's a fake story, but it was hilarious anyway.
Oh snap! That's the kind of fake news I want to hear.
And then Tony was like, "I'd marry Salma Hayek," and he's like, "Wait, the wife doesn't like that idea." And I'm like, I'm saving my one, marryable refugee for Joanna Falani.
Tell Tony he can get around that if he gets her if he switches to Mormon and he moves to Utah, he could totally marry Selma Hayek if he wants.
No, because his wife will still beat his ass.
And then he's screwed either way.
I don't know. Like I said, though, I'm saving my "I'd marry you" to save your immigration status for Joanna Falani, without a doubt. Any girl that can look that good and be that deadly is good in my book.
You'd have to wrestle her away from the Danish authorities first.
I'll just tell the Danes, I'll be like, "Hey, send her here if you don't want to deal with her. Like, let me deal with her." And I was like, could you imagine what the immigration hearing would be like? I'm like, but Your Honor, who's going to take care of these 8 kids while their mother's being taken away? She killed 100 ISIS fighters. Doesn't that earn her a stay here? And he's going to take one look at her and one look at me and go, 8 kids? Fucking slacker. Case dismissed.
Ay. So I was looking today for CZ rifles.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about it the other day, and I just checked I was on Cabela's and Gander Mountain because I'm just like, let's see if they have something on their website, and I'll just order it and send it to the store or whatever. And each one of those have one model available. So
Your equal's about to get in, by the way.
They just don't exist.
What up?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Oh, good. We have Nice here. Okay. Phew. I thought we were just gonna have that kid, but
Oh man.
Hey, I
thank you, Nice, for jumping in.
join whenever just because I don't know how to not mute myself.
It's big. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
You don't know what a Hearst Oldsmobile is?
What?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not going to hear me cut out a million times. I've resolved that problem.
Today? Oh, new headset?
Not necessarily. No.
Figure out how to not find the keys.
He just mapped Space Key to something else.
Fine.
Not really, actually.
Your browser?
I'm just not going to repeatedly press the space bar.
All right.
Which is really annoying, by the way, because I can't even type in something if I want to look anything up online without
You're
getting
the
cut out.
only person I know who has that issue, though. I've never heard anyone else in chat say that they have that problem.
I
know, that's weird.
I mean, I use spacebar to mute and unmute when Hangouts are the main tab, but if I open up a new tab, I can type in it and stuff without cutting myself off.
Right.
It's weird because I can be on Palmetto State Armory or whatever and look up something and search bar requires a space bar, and then someone will say I got muted and I'll just be like, what?
That reminds me, I need to go down there probably next week and get some more mags.
Oh, I'm Night Strike. I live next to PSA.
What's that, Smeggy? You're jealous? Is that what that is?
Where is Palmetto State Armory? Is that in North Carolina or something?
South Carolina. Because
South Carolina.
South Carolina is the Palmetto State.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck a palmetto is.
I think it's a tree or something.
A palmetto No, it's not a bush. It's a palm tree.
Whoa, I got it right. Woo.
Yeah, palm trees are like bushes.
I used to think you meant
It's
pimentos.
it's like it's a half tree, it's a half bush. Okay, it's a
Your snow is like a bush.
whoa.
You're
Why are we talking about pubes all of a sudden?
He brought it up.
Only if you want to think of it
I
that way.
didn't at all.
Only if you. It's all about perspective. At least on
Knives,
that one.
save us from this chat, please.
Chocolate.
This is a rated PG-13 chat.
Oh, fuck you.
I think Knives jumped in because I said Salma Hayek got arrested by ICE.
And he's like, no.
This
He's
is
like,
a rated.
"Fuck you, I want
this-
Ariana
She's
Grande."
made out of chocolate.
This is a rated
Oh, we scared him
AR-15 chat.
away.
See, we've hurt his feelings.
No, this is a rated AK-47 chat.
No. You got it messed up. I think the AR.
Oh, good, he muted himself.
Yay.
Yeah, so I finally took the first steps in putting actual videos on my channel. For
The AR-15.
Hey, to actually talk about AR-15s, you actually have to have an
He does
AR-15
have an
fully
AR-15.
assembled first. His isn't fully assembled.
He's getting there. Give him time. We all started somewhere, right?
Yeah, there's no shame in here, dude. Why are you being so
Yeah.
mean?
Why are you AR shaming? I've had an Anderson lower sit at the corner of my reloading bench for 3 years just because I use it to keep my blinds up against the window at night.
Did you just assume that I have an unassembled version?
Oh shit. Triggered.
I am.
With Wise.
I'm mil-spec triggered actually.
Oh shit.
I have a response for that. You know what that is?
What's the name of that new one that works in both the
Yawn.
You want it?
that dual trigger thing that Yankee just bought?
Hyperfire.
The binary trigger.
Yeah, are you binary
You
trigger?
got the binary. He wasn't sure whether it was legal in Washington.
He's non-gender binary triggered.
Damn.
That's crazy. I think it's just another fad.
Mechanically, it's pretty clever, I guess.
I don't. Well,
If it
the
wasn't
binary
$400,
trigger
I'd get
itself
one.
is nice, but I'm not paying that. Yeah. Well, there was another one other than the binary trigger. There's
Hyperfire.
Just wait, some Chinese company will make a cheap clone knockoff of it. You'll see.
Oh,
it
they
on
have it
fucking eBay
patented.
soon.
right.
Yeah, ask the Spanish about what they thought about patents in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
But it's a global economy now. They don't globally give a fuck.
That's crazy.
I think it's clever though. I like that. I mean, I like the idea behind it. It's just another clever workaround, I guess, to a useless law anyway. It's like, come on. New York got rid of a law that said you can't make eye contact with people in an elevator because they realized it was outdated, stupid, and archaic. So it's time to repeal a bunch of other useless laws too. Why not? Full autos for everybody. A full auto society is a very, very polite society. And if a hot 23-year-old Danish girl can have one, I should be able to have one too. Damn it.
Are you still going on about that?
She's hot, dude. When she figured out she looked better as a blonde, best decision of her life.
What I have looked at getting is that double trap trigger system.
Double trap trigger system. That's a
Double tap.
Oh,
So did you guys watch Donald Trump destroy the media today? It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's like, you know damn well tomorrow they're all going to be like, Donald Trump loses his shit at an unprecedented press conference.
And then they're also saying in the news right now that his approval rating has gone down to 39%.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. The Rasmussen one is 55, and a bunch of other ones are obviously going to be different. And they're going to pick the ones that fit their narrative. So they're going to go and take all these polls from like little liberal colleges and shit. And they're going to be like, what do you think about Donald Trump? They're going to be like, what's a Donald Trump? And like, fuck, we came to a Gary Johnson University. And then they're going to go to another one, and they're going to be like, so Pocahontas doesn't like Donald Trump, do you? And they're going to be like, I love Pocahontas, so therefore, no, I don't like Donald Trump. So.
And then they'll go to another college and say, who the fuck is Pocahontas?
Be like, Chuck Schumer doesn't like Donald Trump. So it's like, oh, I love Amy.
I think the best place to take a poll about Donald Trump is either the middle of Los Angeles or Hollywood Boulevard.
I would say that the best place to get a useful poll Trump would be
In the South,
poll for Trump would be
Alabama.
Fort Campbell,
Oh, I don't know where that is.
right in the middle of northern Kentucky.
Ooh, I don't know. I can't speak on their.
I don't know. I've been there.
Full of active service people and recently retired ones.
Yeah.
Jeff being one of them, by the way.
Well, anyways, as I was saying about the double tap trigger system,
Uh-huh.
this one, it does the same thing the binary does. You know, you pull it and you release it, and it fires on both pull and release.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
Which is a hyperfire trigger. Or does the hyperfire? I think the hyperfire trigger only.
the only issue is it's unlike the bump fires, not the Franklin
Binary.
Armory binary. The issue is with this one, it only does safe and double tap. It does not do
Another
semi.
single.
So then it's almost like a call it not a
There's
knick-knack,
just no in
but
between.
it's
Here's the
So when
thing,
you-
though.
when you
It's
get your binary and bump fire stuff,
$199.99 compared to what, the $499 for the binary?
I'd
it's
rather go ahead and do
insane
it
that
extra.
someone can charge that much for a piece of metal. Think about it. It's just a little piece of metal cut in the shape of a sear and a spring, and
Yeah, technically
Well,
make
this-
one yourself, right?
Yeah, so this is what you do: is you buy one, you copy it, you make several other copies to give to your friends, and you don't sell it on the market. If you really want one that bad, but I don't know. I would pay the $400.
See, no, I
just
thought-
because I want the option.
I
can't
just want to
justify
put it
the
out there.
steps.
So I just looked up the hyperfire trigger, and it says nothing about being a binary trigger. So I'm not quite sure why you keep correcting us when we say, a binary trigger. Like, you mean a hyperfire? You mean the hyperfire?
No, I mean Franklin Armory.
No, I'm just
Oh, he's-
correcting. What's his face? Hyperfire. They got a bunch of different models, and none of them say anything about being a binary
sure?
trigger.
Yeah,
Yes,
Franklin.
I'm sure it doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah, the binary trigger trigger system is supposed to be called the binary firing system by Franklin Armory. So they want $429.99 for it, and their turnaround time is approximately 4 to 6 weeks.
Sounds really in demand.
I'm not paying you $429.99 and waiting 4 to 6 weeks for you guys to deliver on something that probably I can put together in like 5 minutes with
Yeah, well, if you could, you
AR
would have
parts.
already.
I probably would have.
You're gonna buy
to the
one.
hyperfire trigger up, right?
I am
No,
not going to buy one.
He's
of these.
gonna buy one, and he's gonna put it on his rifle with the bump fire stock.
I
He's
have a
gonna be
bump
like-
fire stock. I don't
He's
need a
gonna be
binary
like-
trigger system.
No, you're gonna have both. And then you're gonna be giggling like a happy little retard in the ball pit
Hey, can you guys hear me?
with a beta mag.
We
Yeah,
can. We can hear you again. Yay.
I got questions.
We got an answer.
You do.
Yeah, I just want to ask the new guy. I want to ask the new guy a question. Where the fuck did Palmetto State touch you? My second question is, what the fuck has been going on since I've been out for like 2 fucking days? My third one is, who the fuck got me sick?
Smeggy, how dare you give Knives that cold?
Oh, come on now.
Oh.
Told you to stop kissing up on snowmen.
Are you racially profiling him because he's a snowman?
I told him not to kiss up on snowmen, but you know.
I don't roll that way.
Snowman. What if he was the mystical hot snow?
No, just no.
No.
Yeah,
Snowing
I don't
colony.
need you defending my honor, and you keep getting offended for me. It's okay to assume I'm a snowman because clearly I identify as a snowman.
Because he's
No,
binary
no, that's
triggered.
not true. You said you identified as an attack.
You can't self-identify as a snowman, okay? You can't just identify yourself.
Can I
And
kick
you're
the
right,
new guy
Mike,
out?
like I am an attack helicopter.
I'm glad you got it.
Thank you for coming back, Knives. You have brightened our day.
Sorry you're sick, bro. I'm dying also. So
And
I
Knives,
think I got you sick because I don't remember
Gangrene of
kissing
the
any turtles
lungs.
recently.
We're all
we finally found out what happened to Flippy.
What happened?
Apparently he's going through the divorce.
Whoa, that's crazy.
He kicked his wife to the curb.
No, she left him.
Let's not talk about it here and here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
Yeah,
him
it's
the
not nice to
benefit of
spread
that.
other
Zero
people's.
relationship problems.
Although he did say it
Say it all
at one point, but still.
Don't speak ill of
He ain't here, so don't talk about it.
But he is alive. Is
On
the
Valentine's Day all by myself, like a boss.
Did you guys see that meme floating around on Valentine's Day of a bottle of milk that had February 14th on it? And it said, even this bottle of milk has a date for Valentine's Day. What's your
Whoa.
excuse?
Wow.
My excuse is that I don't have
Savage.
money to finance a female companion because those are expensive.
My
I find
excuse
that
is I was
too.
celebrating the birthday of the 1911 pistol.
Yeah.
You say my excuse is
Well,
that
technically, it was just the application of the patent for the 1911.
Well, the patent. It
You
was
know
a
what?
Colt
I don't care. It's
1901 or
it's a
something like
patent
that.
birthday.
Wasn't it the Colt 9?
I love these half conversations with him.
I love him
I
too
don't
because
it's annoying as shit, but
No, Your Honor, it was lost in translation. I only got the message.
I'm just a guy.
Elsa, what I missed these past 2 days?
Whoa.
not much. Just kind of same old stuff.
you know Trump hasn't done anything yet.
The only thing you've been missing
Okay.
is ice raids.
Hmm.
The wall
and
hasn't been built yet, though it
That
should
whole, what was it? That whole day without an immigrant or whatever. they called it?
Oh yeah, that was today.
Yeah, traffic
I didn't
was
notice
light.
the
It was
difference.
great. It was fantastic. Made it to work on time. Caught every green light. There was no idiots. Well, there was one idiot in traffic today.
Did you actually notice a difference? I mean, that's
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I live in the third largest city in the country. You're gonna notice.
Hey, Sean.
Hmm?
Not a jacker in sight, right?
Not a taco truck in sight today. It was shocking.
Didn't you have to
Well, I
pull
don't
out my
get-
AK?
Was it only like illegal immigrants that were staying home today, or were like any immigrants
that's what
staying home?
pisses me
Because I
off.
got no problem if you came here legally, knock yourself out.
That's what really pisses me off. It's the legal immigrants are making a fuss trying to back illegal immigrants. It's like, okay, so your family are standing in line with their paperwork trying to do it the legit way, and you're going to defend the asshole who crossed the border illegally, who instantly got access to Social Security and welfare, while your folks can't get in there.
Well, it
Like,
also
be mad about
sucks
that.
because the people that waste all their time, quote unquote, to do it the right way and go through the process, they've got that skin off their back, while the other people just get a free pass and then they're pissed off because
Well, see, that's
Well-
the thing. The legit ones aren't pissed off. They're defending the others, and it's like there's something wrong with your brain.
Yeah, I mean, what do we have a system in place for if
You don't get to selectively ignore laws. Otherwise, we would all selectively ignore the NFA.
Oh yeah, definitely. That stock would be going on the AR pistol.
I would selectively ignore the the Hughes Amendment and just call it done.
Selectively ignore all of it.
Then you wouldn't need that binary trigger.
No, I would not.
You
But
would
the issue
still, you'd
is,
have to ignore both, though. You would have to ignore the Hughes and the NFA. Because you'd be manufacturing a new one, but then you're also not adding it to the registry. So
well, they disallow adding to the registry after 86. So what does it fucking matter at that point, anyways, right?
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying you'd be ignoring both.
But
is all.
remember, this is all hypothetical.
Right.
What's the point of having laws if they're not enforced?
Whoa, I
Make it
could
stupid.
ask that politician that question many times over.
And he would run around and dodge the issue and not ever answer the fucking question in the first place.
Whoa, truth dart.
So when are they going to dissolve the Ninth Circuit? I mean, if you're overturned like 77% of all your cases, then you're
Truth
obviously
really
not very good at
hurts.
your job. So they should just, dissolve it. Be like, you guys, if I went to my job and I failed 77% of my job, I wouldn't have a job anymore. So why do they?
Are you saying they're going to get a job for the TSA?
Are they TSA spec?
Do
No,
you
they
remember
should just
that
be
one
mall
where
security.
they tested them with fake weapons and stuff and bombs or whatever?
They got
and
through.
Yeah, 48 out of 50 of them got through.
Because they're just they're just a preventative measure that makes people feel safe.
Well, they should just dress up a bunch of mannequins.
It'd make my life easier.
I don't know. We got bionic eyes now. We can reattach.
They'd make the
people's limbs.
taxpayers' life a lot easier.
The only thing we're missing now is T-51 power armor and synths.
I don't want to deal with that right now.
I want
Does
to
it-
deal with T-51.
Does the TSA even have firearms on them? Or do they just have like tasers?
Pepper spray, flashlight.
Yeah, most of them don't have firearms, but there is an arms presence at the security thing. But because there's 20 of them that work 2 lanes worth, so most of them don't. But there's at least a couple of them standing around that do.
Apparently,
And-
our TSA in Houston is actually pretty decent. Like the day
And
after
Sean?
the Super Bowl, everything was fine.
John, screw your T-51. I want an XO1.
What is this
Uh,
T-51?
I like the lines of the. I would agree with you. It's just I like the lines of the T-51. They're smoother looking, I like the look of it.
The XO1 is an olive drab green, so
I think
I have
if,
to go with the XO1.
I think if
I've
we're
got the
talking
Vim
about
one too. It's blue.
pistols here and which one looks the best, I think we should be talking about the Taurus Spectrum.
About power armor,
We're talking about power armor. Go away.
Oh dang!
Fallout stuff.
Yep.
Snap.
Oh, here's that video game chat that was ridiculed yesterday.
Was it?
Oh, I think it was definitely ridiculed yesterday.
Oh, I didn't actually start a video game chat. It's just Matt commented that people.
No,
were
you
talking
started
about
playing video games.
in the chat. So then I just started playing video games to give them a visual aid.
I still think that was funny as hell, man.
It was.
The original
Playing
one.
video games.
Oh my god, we were talking about movies and different shit, and we were talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in all forms, comic book, cartoon, live action movie, everything. And I was like, yeah, but what about the Nintendo video game? And
The
people
NES.
went off on me, what the fuck you talk about video games, blah blah blah. I'm like, hello, did I walk into the wrong nerd chat that comic books and anime and movies and all this other shit is totally cool, but video games suck?
Oh,
They were all in the group together.
Whoa, are
Game
there
Boy-
people here that actually like anime? I think we should address that problem first.
yeah, the Game Boy for Ninja Turtles. That shit was awesome.
I'm wearing a Ninja Turtles jacket right now.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Most of us were products of the 80s, so Ninja Turtles are perfectly acceptable.
Ninja Turtle, they ruined the franchise. They ruined it. Like every other good franchise, they ruined it.
Megan Fox ruined it.
Yeah, just don't watch the new movies. It'll be fine.
I have to stay a virgin.
Have you even seen the good movies, dude?
Yes, I have. I've seen the animated ones.
You cannot call
No,
them
those aren't good.
That's not what I said.
Blasphemy, man.
I said,
Ninja
have you
Rap
seen
was
the
not a
good
good one.
movies?
If you haven't seen the good movies, the answer is no.
You're talking about the TV series from the 80s, right? The animated one?
No.
No.
I'm talking about the good Turtles movies.
No, I
Not
haven't.
the ones that were just released, but the ones that were released back in the day.
Yo, can I kick him?
Well, some people
You're
say
saying that the Ninja Rap
and
one
they're
was a good
talking
one.
about the TV show series.
Yes,
Well, that-
actually, Sean, I am.
So you
Because
had
I
to
actually like
specify.
Secret of the Ooze better than the first one.
Oh my gosh.
Because I like rip-off Bebop and Rocksteady.
Kill me for
What the heck
asking-
were their names? Razar and something else. Like, you know, it was the coyote and the snapping turtle. But because they wanted to do.
the Coyote and the Mr. Knives turtle.
No, it wasn't a Mr. Knives turtle. Mr. Knives
No.
is not a snapping
Can I kick the new guy?
No, don't kick him.
No,
He's just
don't kick him.
young and naive.
That is true.
Well, he hasn't finished high school yet, so you know.
I thought you're not.
June 16th, I finished high school.
Good God.
So you just proved my point for
Yeah,
me.
you
Thank
just
you.
corrected. You just corrected him by being like, "No,
You made it-
I
you-
finish it later."
You made
Like,
it
that's
seem
exactly
like
what
I
his
was a
point was.
sophomore, like I just entered high school.
That was
Well,
the
you
best year of
actually
your-
make it seem
the
like
best
that
year of your
yourself.
life, man.
I do, kind of. Yeah.
That's
Enjoy
so
it when
funny,
you
man. Like, yeah, this guy hasn't finished high school. No, I finish it in a little bit. Like, that's exactly what he just said. He never said
You
you're a
just
freshman
proved my
or nothing.
point for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy.
I'm
just
just
a
a
dude that looks
girl
like a dude
in the
playing another
world.
dude.
That's all that you'll let me be.
I'm just a guy that likes guns. Lay off.
Let me guess, he doesn't even know that.
Just a boy.
No.
Oh man. Derailed.
Secret of the Ooze. It's really bugging me. I can't remember their names, so I'm looking it up.
Have you seen the movies?
Hey, Smeggy,
What?
go ninja, go ninja, go.
Oh,
Go
shit.
ninja,
Oh,
go ninja,
shit.
go, 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 go.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Whoa, I hear 8-bit music in the background.
No, that's his phone.
Oh, dang, you have a flip phone? Is it a Nokia? Flip phones are actually pretty good.
Razar and Toka.
Yeah.
There we go. I knew it was something like that.
I have to ask, have you ever seen a flip phone, kid?
Yeah.
Kid.
What do
Yeah,
you think?
My grandpa has one.
Hold on.
That is true. That is true.
Hold on, let me ask him this. Have you ever seen a beeper?
Pager, you mean?
Yeah, either way.
Yes. I've used a Sony Walkman before.
That's not a pager.
It's
That's not
kind of
the
like
pager.
from the same era, so
No.
What the fuck?
No.
Hey, have you ever seen a car before? Yeah, I mean, I've gone fishing.
I might have been
What kind
hit
of
by
answer
one
is
once.
that?
well, I can give you a counter statement to that. Okay, I drove a truck with a trailer that had the boat on the back of it to the dock, so I know what a car is. Therefore,
No,
It's a truck.
Helping yourself.
actually, you don't because that's a truck.
it's still an automobile.
I mean, I'm not.
Okay, now you're using a proper term.
My,
You're
yeah,
using a proper
my
term,
point
so-
being is, someone said something about a Walkman or whatever, or a pager, and you're like, yeah, I've used a Walkman, and that's my only point.
They're like
was
from the
they're
same
completely
era.
different.
All right, extra credit points if you know where my ringtone came from.
Depends what's your ringtone.
That one that you just heard a little while ago.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Super Mario Brothers.
Nope, not even close.
Dang it.
Play it
I'll
again.
give you one clue.
Legends of Zelda.
Nope.
Uh,
About the
How
same range,
about
though.
instead of just guessing, you like play it
What's the
so I
clue?
can hear what the hell it is?
I only heard like 2 seconds of it.
Never mind.
I don't have very much of here.
I'm gonna guess, Sean, and I'm probably wrong, but fuck it, I'm gonna
Donkey
say
Kong.
it anyways. No, I'm gonna say Metroid.
I used to use the Kraid theme song for
Miss
the-
Pac-Man.
where
But-
I went as Kraid the World or whatever. I used to use that one.
Go ahead and tell us what it is.
Play it
It's
again.
from
Don't tell us
Shadowgate.
what it is.
You'd never guess it. It's from Shadowgate.
Shadowgate. That
I've
was
never
gonna
heard
be
of
my
that
next
before.
guess.
That game.
Oh yeah, right. That was going to be your next guess. Pretty
That
sure.
game used to give me nightmares. It was scary back then. There's a new
Ow!
version of it too. They redid it in HD and they changed like how you solve some of the puzzles. Like I can't figure it out, but it's still badass. Like the story is badass. I used to use like Mega Man level theme songs for my ringtones at work. Drove my boss's wife crazy.
Dude, you seriously triggered me when you were playing Mega Man 2 the other day. Like, I want to play that so bad.
There's a website you can play any one of those games right off your browser.
Oh dang.
No, I need to just go buy a Nintendo.
I think the best ringtone in the
You
world
want one?
is
I do want one.
Smeggy, I've got a spare I could sell you.
You got one of those Nintendo classics?
No, not a Nintendo Classic, an actual Nintendo.
Oh, that's cool.
How much
Hey.
you
I've
want
got-
for it?
I've got 2 working NESs, original.
How much you want for it?
My friend's a big offer.
Make me an offer.
I don't know, like $5.
I paid 20 for this one.
Oh dang. Gonna get lowballed.
Yeah, I got lowballed, but that
These
happens.
days, I'm
I know, but now I know that he paid
console.
$20 for it, and since normally like you can find him in the store for like 50 or so, maybe I can offer him 40 and he'll take it.
Maybe we're orchestrating a deal here.
Maybe,
Art of the deal.
but
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
I got other shit I
was
gotta
just
buy
thinking about
before I
that.
buy a Nintendo though, so
right?
Maybe you should buy Art of the Deal instead of paying $40 for that Nintendo NES.
Yeah.
And maybe he should also send that trigger out.
yeah, I should.
Now read,
It's
read the
a
book.
pretty good book. I've read it before.
Read the book and then learn how to make Mexico pay for it.
Whoa! Paperback or hardcover?
Audio,
Audio because you can't read.
Oh!
audiobook.
Ouch, that hurt.
You're a product of Common Core math, so it has to be audiobook.
Yeah.
Whoa. I refuse to associate myself with modern educational techniques. So
I was going to say something else when you said, you know, like paperback or hardback. I was going to say a different type of back, but you know, Knives is here, so I'll be respectful.
Triggered.
whoa! Racial slurs.
I didn't say anything.
What the fuck? This new guy's driving me nuts, man.
You're
I
triggering
tend to
range
do
trigger.
that.
It's just because you're sick.
It's because I speak my
It's
mind.
more annoying when you're sick.
How did you all get SARS anyway?
I got touched by a fucking chick at the fucking grocery store.
Quit
Oh yeah,
kissing
you gotta
random
stop
girls at the
fucking chicks at the
store.
grocery store, dude.
They'll give you herpes.
You gotta quit inspecting girls' tonsils at the grocery store.
Whoa.
She is with her boyfriend.
Oh man,
Walk up
that's
to
your
him and
problem,
say,
dude. The
I'm the
Devil's
most
Trio.
interesting man in the world. Wow.
I knew her since I was since 3rd grade. So
Just because you have tenure doesn't mean you can just walk up and start sticking your tongue down every girl's throat.
motherfucker, I got tenured on everything.
He is hardcore friend zoned, man. You're
Yeah.
entitled to take advantage of that every once in a while.
You know, dad wants to be friend zone. They want to be friends with benefit zone.
That's not. It's all it's cracked up to be.
I don't know.
I
That
wouldn't
got pretty
know.
good for me several times.
Nah, the truth, man, I just got sick out of nowhere.
I blame all my
A
travel
radioactive
because that's
mosquito from a dam that almost burst in California.
I just blame Obama for coming to California and bringing this bullshit.
There you go.
Whoa.
thanks, Obama.
You got Obama AIDS.
Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Obama.
We have officially run everyone out of Ventiono's chat.
Oh, bummer. He wasn't all bad.
Yawn.
I don't know. Obama's legacy is like owning a boat. The greatest days was the first day he was there and the last day he left.
Obama's legacy is like owning a boat. You need to take your pickup truck out and hitch it up on a trailer and take it out to the dock.
Whoa, did you just say you want to drag Obama behind a pickup truck? What the fuck?
Whoa!
Racist.
I didn't just say that I wanted to lynch him.
Some guy did that.
Oh
in
my,
Twitter,
shut the
didn't
fuck
he?
up, man.
Hey, yo, can
We
I
don't
get
have
this
time for that
motherfucker? I
kind
think
of
you guys in trouble.
Oh, damn.
I
Say
was, like,
something
looking
about
for a
white
reason.
people. I wouldn't even care.
Knives, I'm tempted.
I'm tempted like a motherfucker right now.
Triggered.
Binary trick.
Knives
You're
gonna-
binary triggered.
It's
Knives.
twice. It's twice the offensiveness taken.
Don't do it, Knives. You're gonna go all stand and deliver on him. You're gonna be like, hey, whatever happened to that new guy? You're gonna be like, I killed him. He's decomposing in my locker.
Whoa! You just made fun of him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Keep saying whoa, like what,
guy,
you
he's
take
like-
offense to stuff and like yell whoa a bunch when we're joking around with each other and we have established inside jokes and stuff.
Yes.
You guys
pretty
remember that song
Knives
for the
is not
90s?
actually mad at Sean.
Which one?
Like, whoa.
Like, oh.
Like, whoa, nice joke. Like, whoa. That was a banging song back in the day.
I don't know. The song I kept
What
hearing
was
on
the only
Valentine's
thing
Day
I
was
say?
"Use a hoe, use a hoe." I was like,
Yeah. That's ludicrous.
you can be the queen of your own oasis.
My vocabulary is much more extensive than whoa. I also say ooh.
Like,
I can't remember the guy's name, and I'm almost ashamed to say that I've seen this show before, but he's reminding me of the guy from
Lester Holt.
Blossom, like her friend or what. I don't even remember who the heck the guy
Megan
was.
Kelly.
Yeah, because I'm talking about the guy in that thing, but like there was some dude who'd always be like, "Whoa."
Chuck Schumer.
What the hell is going on?
I'm trying to guess the guy that you're talking about.
Well, I don't know who it is, so
Whoa.
making it up that's not even close isn't
you're
gonna
force
help
to play
me.
Video games on stream later.
Your voice just went all Rachel Ray.
Oh, really? I'm sick and my voice is crackly for a little bit. Jesus.
Is she still getting bigger? Physically bigger? She's kind of bugged out.
What are you talking about, Sean?
Rachel Ray.
Who's that?
Cook
The
chick
cook?
that owns like pit bulls or something.
She cooks pit bulls? What?
No, she's a cook, but she also has like, I think it's a pit bull.
Oh. Well, having pit bulls are cool and cooking food's cool, so.
She had one and then like it died and then she got another one. She got really tore up about it. She gained like 60 pounds after the dog died. Her ass was like, whoa. Went from 2 chins to 6 chins. Stop hanging out with Paula Dean.
I'll tell you what, I don't trust a skinny chef.
That's true.
The
Or a
skinny
drunk
chef
one.
doesn't eat their own shit, you know?
I like that lady, that Louisiana lady. What's her name? The one that for saying some racist shit.
I'm trying to remember her name. You're talking about the one that's got the spiky blonde hair?
She's old, but she's chubby.
Mm.
She be cooking all that greasy, good ass food.
Mm.
I can't say that I'm well versed in famous chefs, but
Yeah, I forgot her name.
I just know I don't trust skinny chefs.
Are you talking about what's it, Paula Deen?
Yes, that lady can cook.
Southern style.
She makes good barbecue sauce. Really good barbecue sauce.
Everything has a pound of butter in it.
Probably. She puts a pound of butter in everything.
You know, I heard something the other day that the reason everyone went nuts on like, you know, saturated fat and stuff
Paula Deen
is
conspiracy.
because the like when everyone like that's why like margarine became famous and everything, like, oh, we need to do like, you know, unsaturated fats or some shit or whatever. It was actually the freaking like sugar lobby like paid off some scientists that are like, yeah, like regular fat's bad for you. Like that's why people are getting fat, not because of sugar. And so that's why everyone started like taking fats out of their food and using all of the, you know.
Don't use this natural shit that came from a
It's
cow.
it's
Use
the
this oil-based
honest
crap
to
instead.
goodness American way of using money to get what you want through rich people. And I don't know. I was gonna say something really good, but I just forgot about it.
Yeah, I doubt that. So
Nah.
But yeah, it was just interesting. I was like, oh, I hadn't heard that before. And then one of the other things was the like vegetarian or like vegan people were mad at like McDonald's for using, you know, like cow fat or whatever for their French fries. So that's why all the fast food places switched over to like vegetable oil type
That's
stuff.
what I was gonna say. I was gonna say people like things to blame because they never want to blame themselves. So if they can find something else to blame for their problems, well, you know the rest.
I'm blaming you for this headache I got.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
So yeah, CZ rifles are hard to find.
What kind of rifles?
CZ.
No, they're all over the place. The 22 long rifle bolt action ones.
I didn't see any.
They're all over the place.
I didn't see any.
See anywhere?
At like Gander Mountain and Cabela's and other
My local
places
gun
like
shop
that.
has hordes of them.
Well, good for you. My local gun shop doesn't have any of them.
They have the hunting rifle variants and the bigger calibers, and they have a slew of 22 long rifles.
Well, that's good. My local does not. And the big box stores near me do not. And on the big box store websites, they have like one model.
I don't know. Is there anything special that happened with CZ recently? Like, have they got any new military contracts or something?
I doubt it. Not for freaking a bolt action rifle or anything.
Well, if they're trying to fulfill another contract, they're going to slow down production on their other civilian lines.
Not necessarily, because I doubt that like the same machines that kick out the bolt action rifles would, you know, kick out pistols or something. You know what I mean? Like it's probably a different factory line, so they're not really competing with themselves.
Well, that translates into their manpower, though, right? like their staffing?
I guess it's possible. I don't know how their factory's set up, but most places, if you have like a factory that makes handguns and a different one that makes rifles, it's not like you're going to close the rifle one and then put 2 people on the handgun one. Because here's the thing, there's a point where throwing extra people at something doesn't speed it up any. You know, like there's always choke points in factories. And I guess if they were only working one shift, they could be like, all right, you guys from over here are now on night shift and we'll work 2 shifts or whatever. But if they were already working around the clock, adding more manpower doesn't really speed it up any. And again, I don't think it's the same line. Like, it's not like, oh, we need these machines to make this other stuff, because they're probably different types of machines anyways. And I also don't know if that even exists or not, that they got some type of contract.
Didn't Romania have something like that where they were trying to fulfill a military contract, so the import Wasser 10s were slowed down or something? And something like that happened?
There was something like that, but that's also, if you think about that, that's the same, like they're making the same rifle. So it makes sense that they would make ones to sell to the military instead of making one with a little bit different trigger and selling to us. So that at least like makes sense, because it's the same product. So yeah, those same machines are going to be making the same barrels and the same stocks and the same whatevers, like same receivers. And so you might as well make the one for the military. But in CZ's point of view, especially when we're talking about the bolt action hunting rifles, it's not really the same thing.
I don't know. Maybe there's just not a demand for it where you live.
Well, I demand it, so there's at least one demand.
I have so
and
much
I can't
to
say
say
that I've scoured every single gun store. I mean, obviously there's a whole shit ton near me, so
I have so much to say about what you just said, but I'm gonna choose not to say it.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. It's just what really surprised me. Like I said, I was playing around online. What surprised me was that Cabela's and Gander Mountain on their online store, where normally you can just like buy it and then have it shipped to your like the local store and then just go pick it up. They each only had like, well, one of them had 2 models. One of them had the Rimfire, and then like the really big stuff. They didn't even have like 30-06. They had all of like the like crazy big hunting rifle type. And then the other one only had like 1 model. I forget the numbers and all that shit, because I was just generally looking. But that surprised me. A big box store like that wouldn't have at least a few different options.
Yeah. Especially with a big commercial brand like CZ. They've always been really good about catering to the civilian market.
Yeah, I like them.
Most of the time, though, they take advantage of that, like with their CZ Scorpion, with their price.
Well, if they're selling them, then obviously they're at a good price. When they're sitting on the shelves for 5 years, then they're too expensive. So
I think it's just because people want an excuse to buy the newest, latest, and greatest tactical carbine.
Well, like I said, obviously the demand's there. Whatever the motivation behind that demand is.
I don't know. People just spend way too much money on things. They like it because it's cool. It has a cool factor to it. It's a lot of it is from how it looks. I can never imagine
what's wrong with that?
I can never imagine someone buying a CZ Scorpion because they're like, I love the internal workings.
Well, I can't say that I'm super familiar with the Scorpion, but I know there's been a couple of people that have used it and like it, and there's other people that don't like some aspects of it. Like, I think Moon likes his, he just didn't like the magazines.
Oh, the magazines, the price, man. They jacked the price on it. And I don't think anyone's reproducing them either. Like Magpul, they usually get into the game. Like, they're starting to make fake Glock magazines now?
Someone's making CZ mags, I think, just recently.
Oh man, if they do, they have to be an extremely crappy quality bootleg magazine because I have not heard anything about anyone.
No, I thought it
using-
was a good one because they were going to have steel reinforced feed lips, which is the reason Moon doesn't like the CZ magazines, is because they break.
Really?
Yes.
Dang. You have to be working your CZ pretty hard for you to break the feed lips off. You know what I've concluded from owning GI aluminum 30 round AR magazines and polymer magazines? The steel lips and the plastic feed lips, they're just about the same. Or the aluminum feed lips compared to the plastic ones. Because I've dropped them both on concrete. I have a concrete slab in my backyard, and the same thing happened. They buff up the plastic on the plastic ones, and that pretty much is the same hardness, same durability as the really skinny ones that they use on the aluminum ones. They're like the same exact durability. They're just two different materials. It was like arguing the alloy, the light alloy, buffing that up versus the heavy material or whatever in the revolvers. I think you were on that conversation yesterday.
Okay. That sounds like very scientific research.
No, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it. I mean, Magpul, they use plastic feed lips, and their mags got adopted by the Marine Corps. So,
Do they now?
yep.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with Magpul. They seem to know what they're doing. Unless it's the first generation of Glock mags. I heard
I'm
those
just
had all
saying,
sorts of
though,
problems.
The whole feed lip debate is kind of, it doesn't hold any precedence because you got to be careful with your equipment in the first place.
Yeah, but there are some things that have proven to be reliable and be fine. And then there are other specific examples, like the CZ Scorpion, where for whatever reason, it has specific issues with breaking the feed lips on the magazines.
I don't deny that. I'm just saying the whole argument as like accepting the fact that all plastic feed lips are inferior.
Well, I never would make the general statement like that. I
Okay.
think some are fine and some aren't. So there you go. But if some of them aren't, and there's another company that makes a metal reinforced one or whatever, it's probably going to be better than the one that's proven to break every once in a while. So I
All
would
right, guys.
prefer having metal ones.
Take it easy.
See you, man.
Oh boy.
Feed lips are always something you want to be careful with, though. I mean, I guess you could do the
Yeah, I
James.
smack mine around.
You could do the James Yeager tactical reload, throw the mag on your gravel shooting range as hard as you can, do your 2.5 second AK YouTube reload. Or, like, you can just be sensible about taking care of your equipment and being cautious and careful with it and still, work your equipment hard and, not baby it at the same time. I sometimes have a hard time conveying what I'm thinking, but I try my hardest to get my point across.
Yeah, you kind of like said both that you're like, treat it nicely, but use it hard, but baby it, but don't, or something.
Basically,
Like, I guess if you're saying like don't go out of your way to be a dick to your equipment, like
exactly, yeah.
I can agree with that. But I would say just like I let my mags drop free. And if my mags can't stand bouncing off the ground when I reload, like, oh well, I need different mags.
Because
I don't like throw them on the ground and stomp on them on purpose, but
You're not
when I
Suge.
reload, they're getting fucking dropped, and I'm putting a new one in, and I might kick the one that just fell on the ground if I'm moving, and it needs to be good enough to live with that.
I'm bringing video games in half an hour. I'm closing up shop. I'll see you guys when I get home.
Let's see you, Sean.
That's why I'm scoffing at a lot of the torture test videos that happened online, and then people use that to gauge the quality of that piece of equipment or that firearm, because those people are going out of their way to put it out of its, sometimes out of its zone of parameter of how it was supposed to be used. Like a lot of those mud tests where they just dump mud right into the action. Well, you know, you got to say to yourself, like when they do that with AR-15s and do that with AKs, you know, they have the bolt held open and then they dump mud in there. And I'm screaming to them, you know, like, that's why you have the dust cover. That's why you take care of your rifle. You know, you have to be you have to do something terrible to your AR in order to get mud into the fire control group. And I'll you know, admit, you know, once you get mud in there, the thing is trashed basically. But it's such it's such a closed system that you have to mess up pretty bad. Like you have to be in the middle of a magazine change, fall in mud in the way that the mag weld is wide open and down and the bolt's back, and you just get it in there. And a lot of those instances are like they're crazy.
Well, here's the thing. So the reason that they go above and beyond is because of this. So let's say they go above and beyond and the thing still functions. Then that is a data point to say, look, we went above and beyond normal operating and it still functions. So that proves that even like if we were in the normal operation zone, it would work fine. Because even when we go way above and beyond, it still works fine. So I will agree with you. If it fails, like way above, like if I drive over my TV remote with my car and it breaks, I'll be like, well, damn, like it broke, you know? That doesn't mean that my TV remote sucks for sitting on the couch and, you know, pushing the button. But let's say I run over my TV remote with the car and it doesn't break. Then that is a feather in the cap to say, look, like it goes way above and beyond. Like if I can't break it by running it over with my car, I'm certainly not going to break it by sitting on the couch pushing buttons. So that's why they do it. It's only like a one-way proof. So I will agree with you. Just because it fails an extreme test doesn't mean it sucks at its regular stuff. But if it passes the extreme test, then that is a good data point for saying like it does go above and beyond.
Well, to me, those tests mean a lot, and I guess it's just entertaining and interesting to see what happens, but it influences way too many people and makes them think other things that weren't intended from the video. See, let in range.
Well, that's now you're upset that marketing works. I mean, people think the way they think because of their psychology and stuff. Like that's, you know, people want a TV remote you can run over with your car. Are they ever going to run over their TV remote with the car? No, but they sure as hell will feel cool knowing that they could. And I feel like in firearms, it's the same way. Like everyone wants to know when the zombies come and shit hits the fan, like I can drop this out of a helicopter, pick it up and use it. They want to know that it's that capable, even though the majority of the time they're going to take it to the range in a hard case, take it out, shoot it however many times, and put it away, take it home, clean it, and put it in the safe. Like that's how they're normally going to use it. But they like to know, like psychologically wise, it makes them feel better knowing that if they fucking dropped it out of a helicopter, it would still work.
It makes them justify their purchase. You're saying.
Well, it's a, and this, I mean, maybe details would matter, but it can be a selling point. Yes, I don't think it's like the only reason people get something, but they could be like, well, I'm going to get product A or product B. Well, I saw, you know, both of them work fine for regular use, but product A got dropped out of a helicopter and works, and product B got dropped out of a helicopter and it broke. Now, granted, None of them are ever going to go in a helicopter. So it probably shouldn't matter to buy product A over product B.
But that's where
It
that's
makes
where the
them
whole
feel better to have product A. So
that's
let them
where
buy
the whole
product A. Who cares?
negative influence, quote unquote, comes in, because what if they're selling, say, like a Remington 700 hunting rifle, and they throw it out of a helicopter and it doesn't survive, and then you got another hunting rifle on the other side and it does, and then that's what they're using to gauge whether or not to buy a hunting rifle, because people are influenced by that stuff.
Yeah,
and they're
what's
like, well,
wrong
I
with
want
that?
the most rugged, and it's like, no, look at the facts. You look at groupings, and you look at how easy it is to operate, and maybe
So
the
you
quality
have a
of
set of
parts.
criteria that you think is important for making a decision on, let's say, the hunting rifle or whatever. And other people have a different set of criteria or a different set of facts that they look at. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. I would want, especially for a hunting rifle, I would want an accurate hunting rifle more than a drop out of a helicopter durable hunting rifle.
Mhm.
I will agree with that. So if one of them you can drop out of a helicopter, but you can't hit the broadside of a barn, and the other one you can like drop out of your truck and it survives, but it's way more accurate, then I'll take that one, because the drop out of the truck is like I need it to be at least that durable, but I don't need it to be helicopter durable. I'll give you that. But I think the thing is, a lot of those, especially in like the AR and AK type stuff or whatever, like it's so comparable on all the other stuff. That's the only difference. So if you're in your scenario here, let's say the hunting rifles are exactly the same accuracy or pretty damn close, same weight, same price range ish, and one you can drop out of a helicopter and one you can't. If all the other stuff's the same, then people are going to want the one that has that little bit extra. Now, if that little bit extra is 10 grand and the other one's $200, then they're going to say, well, it's cool to drop out of a helicopter, but I'm not paying 10 grand. So it only matters when they're already pretty comparable. And from that point of view, then I say let people get whatever the heck they feel like getting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to have one I can drop out of a helicopter, but I agree with you. It has to have the other criteria first. And so if everything else is equal, and then I'm given the choice between the two, then, like I said, price, lightweight, accuracy, all that stuff. Like if all of that's equal and one's helicopter safe and one's not, I'm going to go helicopter safe, because why not?
Oh no, man. I think it's just my opinion. The U.S. market makes me happy, and it also makes me facepalm so hard at the same time, because where I come from an extremely utilitarian minded, perspective, to where I love the fact that people are able to buy whatever they want, but I hate the fact that people are so easily influenced into buying things, and they buy things that aren't practical and all that. I don't know.
Guess my question
it irritates me. But I do like the freedom aspect, which
well, yeah.
it comes at a
So
price.
I guess my question would be, why does it matter to you what other people get?
I don't know, because I always pride myself in being super efficient in how I spend my money and how everything has a purpose. And
so you can do that for yourself, and you can pride yourself in getting exactly what you want. And I don't see why it upsets you if other people don't do that same choice.
I don't know, man. It's just I want everyone to.
You want everyone to do exactly what you do.
Maybe.
You think that your outlook on life is the best one.
I just don't want other people to get ripped off. Or I just want people to buy something that they're going to get a lot of use out of and not influenced by others so easily. And I want people to think on their own and make smart decisions.
Well, I agree with you on that. I mean, I want people to think on their own. And that's where I guess I'm saying is that maybe they did think on their own.
Let me give you an example.
They chose something that you don't value, but they do value.
Let me give you an example.
My point.
something that really irks my nerves in the AR market is the gimmicky things. Say like the Spikes tactical jack lore, whatever that is with the skull. That irks my nerves so much because I think to myself, you can get an Aero Precision lower for say $70 nowadays. Anderson lowers, sometimes you can get like a 5-pack.
Yeah,
for
we get it. It's
$50
expensive
each.
versus not, and it doesn't necessarily work better, but
And
it's
I
way the
think to
fuck
myself-
cooler.
And I think to myself, why would anyone spend like $220 on that thing? Even granted, even if
Because
it is
it's
coming,
cool. They value something that you don't. They value aesthetics as well as other stuff, and you don't. But they think it's cool.
but I think to myself, I'd rather have an ugly rifle that works. And I'm not saying that that doesn't work because I'm sure it's mil spec on the inside and it's just the outside that has the billet changes to it where they.
Right. Okay. So you would rather have something that works and is cheaper. They would rather spend their money for something that's a little bit cooler in their mind.
When I see it, I think, man, that's ugly. And okay, that's an opinion. I'll give you that. That I can throw that point out the window. But then I think there's that added weight to it, and then there's the ergonomic issue because I couldn't imagine that thing is comfortable to hold with the teeth sticking out and everything.
Well,
I
you
don't know,
don't
man.
hold. I mean, maybe if you hold from the magwell, but most people hold on the hand guards and the pistol grip, so they're not touching the teeth anyways.
It's I don't know.
So it all comes down to they value something more than you do.
I
And
guess.
that's fine. Because here's the thing, maybe they already have 20 other ARs that work perfectly fine. They bought their Anderson lowers, they did all their other stuff, and they want to have something that when they take to the range, a passerby goes, wow, that's pretty cool, and starts up a conversation, and maybe they make a new friend, and maybe they get chicks. I mean, it could happen. Moons
I wanna
fight
know-
chicks off all the time.
I want to
to
know what chick is attracted to a guy with an AR-15 because I want to meet that chick.
Well, I get to meet her first, and I'll pass her on to you if she's crazy.
If she has a sister.
Yeah, a younger sister, you can have that.
No, but see, when I see that, I think to myself, okay, so that is $200, even if it does come with that, even if you are buying the kit with the stripped upper receiver that matches it and everything. And I'm thinking to
so
myself,
the lower is more expensive because there's more machining in it. Yeah.
and I'm thinking to myself, you can buy a fully completed upper receiver from Palmetto State Armory without bolt carrier group or charging handle for $208.
Yeah, but maybe they don't need another full AR upper.
But then I think, man, they're kind of spoiled, don't you think? Because they have all this nice stuff, and I'm like, are they valuing what little they started out with or had? And
I think you're assuming way too much stuff, and I wish Moon was around because we could ask him why he bought his jack, because he has one. He's a cool dude, and I don't think he's foolish with his money. I think he bought something that he wanted. He bought something that was cool, and maybe he doesn't value having 20 ARs. He'd rather have 5, and one of them's cool.
Let me tell you this. This might explain myself a little bit better. When I see a gun, a combat rifle, I consider a standard mil-spec AR-15 to be a combat rifle. When I see one of those sit in a case or a safe with a cheap Burris on it, and it just collects dust and it does nothing, that makes me mad because I want to see scratches on that gun. I want to see the aluminum exposed on that gun. I want to see it shiny. I want to see all the mags have scratches on it.
Now you're walking all over yourself because now you're saying you should abuse your rifle, and then other times you're saying you shouldn't.
Oh, and
I want to keep mine. I mean, I don't baby mine.
No, honestly,
but I don't want to see mine all rusted up and scratched. Well, I guess aluminum doesn't rust, but I don't want to see mine all beat to hell just cause. Like, if it happens while I'm using it, I'm not going to cry about it.
You just assume what I was getting at. What I was getting at was I want to see honest wear and tear on it. I want to see, I want to see the personality of that gun come out because back to my point, when it's sitting there in that safe with that, $100 scope on it, and it's just collecting dust, that kind of makes me, a little, angry in a way, because I want to see that thing used and abused and, manufactured and put that out there just to sit in the safe. They made it for somebody to use it.
Well, yeah, and maybe they use it every once in a while, and maybe they don't. And maybe it's sitting there because they have a bunch of other ones, or maybe it's sitting there because they don't have the money for ammo. I mean, we've completely gotten off the reason why you buy something just because it's cool, but that's fine because I won that argument. So,
it's just the American.
If it's just another pet peeve of yours, I'll defend that one as well, because there are some people that just want to have something. They use it a few times and they're happy knowing that they have it, but they're not necessarily like, I'm going to go to the range every freaking day.
Oh no, man!
Like my rifle still looks fine. I've used it, but
I'm not getting
it still looks nice. It doesn't get dust on it. My shotgun's getting dust on it. I haven't used that in years. Actually, it's not getting dust because I clean it, but I mean, it would if I just let it sit there, because I don't use it that much, but I have it and I could use it if I wanted it.
I don't think I'm getting through to you. I think it. Never mind. You know what's ironic about me saying that?
Is that yours is sitting with dust on it?
No.
Oh, and what's ironic about you saying that?
What's ironic about me saying that is my most favorite, thing ever is to see someone collect really, really old military surplus rifles. And most of those old guns, you don't want to shoot because, you pay a high price for, say, a commercial, say, 1930s Mauser that looks really, really nice. And you don't want to shoot it too much because you want it to, retain that value and retain the good condition you bought it in. But, you shoot it a little bit. But it's a dust collector for the most part. And it's ironic that I say I hate to see good combat rifles sitting in a safe collecting dust. But going back to your point where you said that people have their own likes and dislikes, maybe someone won't see the value in that old military surplus rifle like I would, and they wouldn't understand why I, in the future, if I choose to collect those things, have it and it collects dust. I don't know, man. It just comes down to personal preference.
I completely agree with that statement.
But I feel like it's a shame that a lot of people don't see the value in good historical firearms, and they'd rather have, say, a $2,000 CZ Scorpion than that, say, C96 Mauser made by Astra, sitting in the corner of the gun shop, Or someone would rather have like the cool combat tactical rifle that they never use over that old Gewehr 43. Because those are about 2,000. I've seen them give or take on Gunbroker. And that's a beautiful rifle. That's a trophy gun right there. The American market is very interesting.
Yeah, but it's beautiful because you can have all different types of people that have all different types of likes, and I'm cool with all of them. I say get what you like.
When it all comes down to it, though, pardon my extreme bias against things that I don't like, I'd rather have people collecting or having those Skull Jack Spikes tactical AR-15s that I don't see any value in than being an anti-gunner or not having a gun at all, which is a good thing. So.
Right, yeah. I mean that's what That is what it comes down to, though. Is that's what I keep hearing is that you like certain things and you think everyone else should like the same things. So it's nice that you at least recognize that other people like different things for different reasons.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it still doesn't mean that I'm not going to be disturbed by it or continue to hate it.
Oh, Moon's out there in the chat. I
Whoa!
wonder if he's listening, hearing all this fucking you calling him dumb because he bought a Jack.
Because I don't see the value in it.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll up see if he was talking about it. I wasn't looking at the chat.
That'd be crazy if he was.
Moon's out there, Dead Horses out there, Flippy's out there. Come on, peoples, click the link.
Dude, I'm a crazy Palmetto State Armory fanboy. I probably spent like $1,000 there so far.
He put a link to his Instagram.
Oh,
And it's his badass Jack, and he says, "Yeah."
I'm gonna look at
What do
it.
you say? Yeah, fuck off, fuck boy.
I'm gonna look at it. Post a link in the Hangouts.
Just go to Gun Channels and scroll up.
I can't. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's too tactical. No. Get it away from me. BCM overpriced bolt carrier group. No. Trijicon mount. Overpriced. Get an NC star.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 818. Someone used G-Web's picture. I want to see this.
Dude, have you seen that YouTube video of the $20 red dot? Have you seen that before? I'm thinking about all that money that's went into that Union Jack or whatever. I don't know. I'm just going to call it the Jack build. Oh, all that money. But it makes him happy, right? So I should accept it. Thou shalt be more accepting of other people's gun choices.
Yep, that's definitely G-Web's picture. You can see his patch in there and everything, too.
Hey, did you hear what I said before? Or asked, actually?
Yes. I
About the
did not.
$20 red dot.
Yeah, I did not see a video about a $20 red dot.
I'll post a link when I get to it in a few minutes.
Did it like work or something?
Yeah, I think the dude like froze it in like a block of ice or something, and he tortured it a little bit to prove the point that you don't have to spend a whole bunch on a red dot. It was some off-brand Chinese red dot. I saw it a few years ago. I don't completely remember what happened, but shouldn't be that hard to find on YouTube. It had a substantial amount of views. I was just giving Moon a little bit of hate for that expensive Trijicon that he had. I always like to give people crap on Facebook when they asked what's the best optic or red dot for an AR-15, or they'll say like, post your red dots and scopes in the comments and go ... When they do one of those things, it's like a album of pictures they try to put together in the comments section. And then I always just post a picture of sighting in irons and say, they never fog up, the glass has never broke on me before. And I love giving people a hard time with that. Red dots actually hurt my eyes. I've tried red dots before. I bought a Browning red dot sight before. It was like $50, and it works perfectly. I was able to sight it in pretty easy. It's one of those quarter adjustment where you can literally just put a quarter in the slot and turn it. It's like 0.5 MOA adjustment or something like that.
Oh.
And it worked great, but it just hurts my eyes. I can't seem to get the focus just right. My eyes always go cross-eyed when I try to look through the reticle.
Really? That's
Mhm.
weird. Oh, either you just gotta get used to it, or your eyes just don't work with that. So
Iron sights have always been pretty good for me.
Oh.
I usually take a little bit of white paint and I paint the front sight post white. And then on the very tip of the front sight post, I'll usually put a little bit of orange on it. So you have that high visibility from the white, and that helps you pick up the sight. And then once you get it in your field of view and you start focusing on it, then you like zoom in kind of on the little orange blotch you put on the very tip of it. It's awesome. I was considering fiber optics, though, but those things break way too easily.
Huh. That's interesting.
No, I'm serious. Fiber optics are not good if you're going to be beating the thing around.
I guess I've never heard of anyone have problems with fiber optics, but
Dude, it's
I'm
so
not that into it. But either way,
so
I was going to
fragile.
jump in and say I'm going to jump out of this one. So
All right. Have a good one.
join the Daily Show coming up here in about a half hour.
Have a good one.
Yep. See you, man.